Alright, what's up, guys? So, Ray, she has uploaded a video titled "These Hateful Trisha Paytas Comments Need to Stop." Also, ricegum is trash. So yeah, ricegum. I know he's been getting caught up in some drama and stuff lately, and yeah, if anybody is saying some like hateful and crazy things towards Trisha Paytas, it's like, hey yo, leave them alone. Like, dang, they ain't did nothing to you. But at times I can understand, like, but I just think that it's like, you'd spend your time writing out like some strongly worded comment about whoever and things. It's like, yeah, I think you just need a break from the internet and stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. If you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Ray's channel, Hot Tea, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, also her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and stuff. But anyways, let's get into this video.
Welcome to the segment on my channel where we react to hate comments. You can skip to this timestamp to skip it. This first hate comment says, "You bitch."
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Sorry, wrong page. The next one says, "Do ASMR. I love the spit in your mouth." This one hurts because it's true. I don't know what to do about the f***ing spit in my mouth. Someone tell me what to do. Just wanted to say you're f***ing crazy. Both you and Trisha need rehab bad. You lost your marbles long ago.
How is
Accurate.
she?
Subscribe for more hate comments. Okay, bye.
Wow. I'm like, I don't know. That's one. I'm like, I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do a documentary. I'm gonna have to do some like Shane Dawson style documentary with Ray, and just overall like see her. Like, I feel like if anything, we probably just gonna go out and get something to eat. I come back home, I ain't forgot. I'm like, dang, like I I went freaking got one of those what you call it, passport to go to Canada to do a video, like a documentary style video, and all we just did was go and get some freaking Domino's pizza, and I came back like, wait a second, I'll be sitting there with the pizza at the airport like, fam, I really did all that just to go get some pizza. But that seemed like that'd be a chill day though, I ain't gonna lie. Domino's pizza actually sounds good right about now.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about H3's roast of Trisha Paytas and her response to it, and then also Gabby Hanna's latest video exposing the truth about the ricegum situation. But before we get into it, I'm doing an iPad giveaway, and it's super easy to enter. It's literally like 2 steps,
Like,
so make sure to check out this video if you're interested in entering. It's also going to be on the screen somewhere, so you can just click on that. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn your post notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up. All right, let's get into it. I just wanted to share this with you guys real quick. For Ethan Klein's birthday, they did a little bit of a roast on the H3 After Dark podcast, and then Dan read this comment.
And congrats on your 300 pounds of weight loss since Frenemies.
Oh, that is mean.
Oh, I didn't get it. I wouldn't have read that if I got
That
it.
saying?
Mean.
People started telling Trisha Paytas about it, and she responded on her TikTok saying,
I'm seeing this comment a lot, and like, I don't watch H3. I think I've made it clear from beginning, start to finish, that I don't think the H3 like humor is funny, but a lot of people disagree with me. People call me obsessed, but all the stands are still coming over from them, like telling me this stuff. I mean, if fat shaming is what you gotta do for a joke, like, it's 2021, like, it's also me.
Oh, they were
There's
saying
a lot
that
more
about
coming
her?
for than just my body.
It's like, my thing is, like, she ain't even see. That's why, like, that's what I'm saying. It's just, people do stuff like that. It's like, fam, why does it matter? It's like, nobody's not really sitting down and thinking about that. So that's, yeah, I'm like, I thought they were saying that about Ethan. I was just all like, bro, both Trisha and Ethan, I wouldn't have said, like, I mean, I just never really pay attention to that stuff, so I can't really say, like, oh, they're like, no, they look fine. They didn't look like this. So I can't really say too much on, their weight, because it was something I never paid attention to. But yeah, it's like, for people that, like, yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, those same people will be the main ones having some of the most craziest, like, body issues and crap. Like, when, maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point in time, or they already did before. And it's like, bro, don't forget where you came from. Or it's like, hey, understand that it's like karma will make its way around you. You out here talking badly about people, and they've done absolutely nothing to you.
I mean, they also did do that, to be fair.
It really doesn't affect me because I always hear comments about my weight and jokes
I don't believe this for a second. She's been saying this exact sentence for like years now, but she's also the person who very dramatically and publicly broke up with Jason Nash because he made a stupid dumb joke about both of them being overweight. So like, yeah, for sure, there's no need to lie about it. There's nothing wrong.
I thought it was for that Tana Mojo situation. I don't know. Like, I mean, dang, if that's, well, all right.
About being sensitive to weight jokes. It is a really personal topic. I am as well. If you show your sensitivity on the topic, people would be less willing to joke about it. I mean, the haters online are gonna hate. That's a whole separate thing, but at least your friends and family and people around you know where to draw the line, right?
Yeah. Saying I'm fat and stuff, I keep seeing the 300-pound comments. I'm assuming it's from that. I don't know, and I don't care. Be nice to people. I'm fat. I know it. I ridicule myself. It's kind of just like a low blow. So really out here trying to get me riled up. Like, gotta come with something a little bit more than that.
She does realize that this was read from a comment, right?
Fat, I just like, it's just, I'm numb to it. Okay, she's fat. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. It's right up there with the face banks joke. Like, boys club, real cute.
The comment is very mean, but Dan didn't really get it when he read it in his defense. I mean, it's almost a 3-hour podcast, so I bet they were just saying anything without really thinking at some point. One user commented, Dan didn't say it. He was reading comments and it didn't compute until he said it out loud. Dan even said afterwards that he wouldn't have read it if he got the joke beforehand. Wasn't his comment, no one is starting drama. LOL, not Trish saying she doesn't watch H3 when she comments on every episode and talks about the episodes being reused on Frenemies.
I know, that's why I'm like, nah, I don't. That's the one thing, out of all the stuff that Trisha Paytas has said, that's the one thing that I don't believe.
But also, like, the fact that she responded to this clip doesn't mean that she actually watches every single episode, because people will literally, like, bombard her with tweets and DMs and comments about anything that anyone says about her. So she doesn't really need to be obsessively watching all of the H3 episodes, but you never know. And then lastly, one user said, it really doesn't affect me. Makes a TikTok. Trisha has been on a weight loss grind, though. She posted this TikTok saying she gained 35 pounds since last year. Then people were like, stop lying, you're heavier than that, which comments like this I don't understand at all.
I know,
like, why
crazy.
comment it? Absolutely unnecessary. Also, Trisha's not the tallest person out there, so it makes sense that she doesn't weigh that much. People are just mean, and this is coming from a self-proclaimed bitch, so you know that these people are mean. And Trisha's just feeding the haters by replying to them.
Kind of comments are always funny to me, because like, why would I lie about this? But here we go. So
That's
Monday,
crazy.
I was at my heaviest at 234. This was today when I made the TikTok, and I was 226, so I was actually rounding up.
And here's her talking about how she lost 8 pounds in 4 days.
Yes, I used to watch Biggest Loser, and I'd always be like, how do they lose 15 pounds in a week? And it's because, like, the larger you are, like, the more weight you're going to drop right away, because it's, like, water weight. Also, for me personally, I ate a lot of pasta and cheeses, and I, like, never worked out, so really just not eating pasta, cheese, and, like, working out. But, yeah, I always do good on the first week. We'll see how the second week goes. This is only 4 days, so I'm not even done the first whole week, but I have been doing my weigh-ins for YouTube and video, and just, like, holding myself accountable, so we'll see. I don't know. I just want to feel better. I also have a wedding coming up, and, like, yeah, this was, like, the heaviest I've ever been, and so I was just like, okay, let me just, like, try, you know, not at the time, you know.
One user said, please do not listen to Trisha for anything to do with weight loss or health. Someone said she lost 5%. Speaking of Trisha, a lot of people are blaming her for using the Free Britney movement as a way to detract from her latest scandal. She's been tweeting about it. She said, hearing Britney's voice like this is so strange but amazing.
It's like, people, that's, alright, so to talk on this, you know, I feel like everybody is going out their way to show support to Britney Spears. Shoot, I even did a whole podcast episode showing support to Britney Spears. But it's like, you gotta understand that it's like, okay, I can't every time, like, when I'm going out on, you know, the internet, where it's like, oh, I only gotta talk about myself and all the problems that surrounded me. If I want to talk on this Britney Spears situation, I will kindly talk about this Britney Spears situation, because for one, yes, this is my platform. For second, I think Britney Spears could use all of the support across the world right now. Like, yeah, it's just people. It's like, it's people that think that they have, like, control over your platforms, and it's like, no, you have control over your platform. You have control over your profile. On my profile, I'm going to talk about whatever I feel like talking about.
Like, she finally has her voice, and it's incredible. She also posted an entire video about it on her main channel called This Is Not Okay. However, in response to the people that are saying that she's only using this to detract from her scandals, An old clip of Trisha has been resurfacing from like 2017, I'm guessing, so long before the Free Britney movement became so widespread, where Trisha was talking about and publicly supporting the Free Britney movement to her then boyfriend Sean. Take a look.
She's like, well, she has a conservatorship, so like her dad has a conservatorship over her, meaning he controls everything. All the money goes to him. Everything. You go to that thing they opened? You can't do that, so that's the Free Britney movement because it's controlled by her people and she gets none of the money. It's just making more control over Britney. Like all the money goes to these people holding her, holding her kids. Promote it? I mean, she's like promoting it on Instagram by reposting, but she didn't show up. She like it's obviously people doing it for her. It's like supporting SeaWorld. It's like going. But you love Britney, so wouldn't you just go to go? No, because that money's holding her captive. Like she doesn't want to be in that. She can't get out of that, and so like. I know, it sounds like crazy and conspiracy, but it's actually the truth.
Alright, so now let's talk about...
I didn't realize that Free Britney movement was going on for that long. I don't know why, I just assumed like it started like in like 2019 or some point in time last year or something. It just shows how little I'll be paying attention to stuff on the internet.
Gabby Hanna's latest video. She does start off the video with a trigger warning.
It's like I always knew like she was going through some stuff, but I just didn't know that the movement was going on for that long.
So that holds for this part of this video as well. She talks about how she's going to see an ADHD specialist in response to people saying that she's self-diagnosed and doesn't actually have ADHD.
I'm not diagnosing myself. I have ADHD. I just never wanted to medicate it, and now I want to medicate it.
Were people actually saying she doesn't have ADHD? I have brought it up a couple of times on this channel, but I would say that she shouldn't use her ADHD as an excuse for terrible behavior. But when someone says I have a disorder, I'm gonna believe them, you know? Unless that someone's Trisha Paytas, of course.
So I'm going based off of what... I'll never forget when the teacher, she was so mad at the classroom, and I wasn't even doing that, and I was legit just sitting there just watching. That's what I did, like, when the class would just be going crazy, and the teacher was trying to, like, go, like, you know, contain the classroom, and she's, like, going off on them and stuff. I'd just be sitting there just looking at just everything just going on and stuff. And I remember she got so bad, she looked at all of us, and she was like, you know, you guys definitely have, like, a form of ADHD or ADD. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what that stuff is, but I guess, like, if you're saying it, you know, like, I would assume that, you know, you're saying that because you're, like, you know, you specialize in that type of stuff. But if not, then you just saying that to a group of kids, it's like, because you can't handle them in a classroom, it's like, yeah, you know, you just don't know how to handle, like, a classroom full of kids and stuff. Like, I feel like there's a difference. Like, I don't know, maybe we did, maybe we don't. I'm not going to, you know, try to, you know, hold it in the air like it's a trophy or it's a title or some stuff, but yeah, that's what I'm going based off of. What the freaking, what was her name again? Was D, or no, it wasn't Miss D, was it? I honestly, I can't remember that teacher's name, but
talks about this effect of ADHD.
My brain at all times is like hearing at least one or two songs playing at all times in my head. Thinking about the right now,
oh my god, you guys, I have ADHD too, and I relate to this so freaking much. I'm not even kidding you guys. This one time I was taking an exam and I wanted to cry because I couldn't focus for the death of me because there was a song playing in my head. It's actually the worst. If you don't have this, I'm so jealous of you. I took Adderall for like
I'm like, I say that I would do that. Like, I'll get side distracted and start thinking of some stuff, and I'm like, dang, that club. Like, I would legit be at school just, you know, writing down, doing some, like, paper stuff, and then all of a sudden just start thinking, wait a minute, I was like, did me and my family, did we close the garage when we left the house this morning? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, nah, because I was like, I pressed the button, and I remember it, but I was like, nah, what if that was yesterday? And that's just like, that type of stuff would be going on in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, that turned my Xbox off. Forget the garage, that turned my... And I'm just sitting there, like, thinking, dang, what did the teacher's probably looking at me all like, oh, he's just thinking so hard. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, because I know I turned the Xbox off last night, but I turned it on, I turned it back off. I'm like, and I'm sitting, and then that's why I like hand her the paper. She's like, how did he fail every single, like, all right, maybe not every single, like, question, but just still, that's, like, you know, relatable stuff.
A minute there, and it helped, but it was just too intense for me, so I stopped. She talks about how mad she is about people talking about Khloe Kardashian's face, and how people used to call her the fat and ugly sister, and now they're complaining for all the work that she's getting done. Like, people can't win on social media.
Words hurt regardless of where they're coming from. And when you're on that type of platform that Khloe Kardashian is on, and people are constantly saying shit about the way you look, you're mean. You're just mean.
I completely agree with this. I mean, my actual viewers know that I like to hold people accountable for like actual shit that they've done, but I think it's very low to comment on the way.
I'm like, that's just something that I've always spoken against, where I'm like, when there's people out there that's just, my thing is like, hey, yo, like, whatever you got going on in life, and I'm not trying to say that to sound like, rude about it. I feel like people would take things, the wrong way if I'm saying it, because I try to just be blunt with what I'm saying. But that's what I'm like, overall, just to just cut straight to it, it's like, accept your body, for what it is, accept your face for what it is, accept your hairstyle for what, all of it. There's people walking around this earth that's balding. There's people that's walking around this earth that are too short, they're too tall, they're too, wide, too narrow, too whatever. They got, they're my height, and I'm like 5'8", and they got like freaking a size 14 shoe or something. I don't know. I've never seen nobody with them big feet before, but I'm just saying, like, that type of stuff exists. I'm like, we all got our flaws, but we just gotta look at our flaws like, hey, yo, like, I'm rocking this right now. So yeah, that's like you just gotta embrace yourself and embrace who you are and stuff. Like, don't worry about what other people think. Like, I've been in a situation like that where I got people left and right talking about my appearance, and I have been in that crossfire where I've just posted my face, or I just posted a video, or just whatever, and I've had people like legit like call out my hairstyle, call out the way that I look, call out a bunch of, I'm like, it's weird that people do that, but yeah, that's just that's people, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like they try, like I said, like I was saying before, it's like it's people ain't like perfect and stuff. Ain't nobody walking the face of this earth perfect. So yeah, it's like people like that. It's all like, hey, yo, take one good look in the mirror. It's like, chances are you ain't looking like Johnny Bravo yourself. So I'm like, yeah, don't come at me talking about my appearance and you out here looking like, let me think of somebody. You know who you like. To the people out there that be like really trying to like roast me and stuff, it's like, y'all out here looking like the crazy ape from Planet of the Apes, the one that was trying to kill Caesar and stuff. That's what you looking like, but like the humanized version of it and stuff. But anyway,
looks or their weight or a disability or anything really that they don't have control over. Although technically, looking at it from a deterministic point of view, nothing is really in anyone's control because everything is predetermined for you. So even Trisha Paytas is angry and hateful. She only has a certain amount of control on that because she was born with these traits. Okay, what am I even talking about? I'm going off topic, but that's some food for thought, Back to Gabby, she says that what the media is doing to Khloe Kardashian right now is what they did to Britney Spears back in the day and Megan Fox as well, and now that's what they're doing to her.
Like the same people who tell me you need to go fix your ugly nose, which, by the way, like, my nose is an ethnic feature to being Middle Eastern.
I also have to agree with this part. Every now and then I'll see people comment that on my videos, like, oh, she needs to get a nose job, and it honestly hurts me. Like, that's not okay. Don't be commenting that on my videos, please.
But then when I go and I get in...
Yeah, it's like that type of stuff. I'm like, it don't matter to me. It's just, it's like I said, it's genetics. It's like whatever, your family line or whatever it is, it's like, if that's how like my family is looking, that's how my family is looking. I'm sorry that I'm not, looking like how you want me to look. I really could care less how you want me to look, but this is me. I'm like, this is what you gonna take. Like, if you can't take it, then go watch somebody else. But yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, man, it's just, it never really mattered to me. Like, even I remember, I think, because didn't they crack a joke about that in a David Dobrik video? And I'm like, bro, her nose is, it sounds so weird to say it, but I'm like, bro, her nose is fine. Like, I just, me personally, I'm like, people out there, it's like, you deal with that type of stuff. Don't listen to nobody. Friends, family, because it's like, I think it's like a lot of people may not know that. But it's like with Michael Jackson, how his, like, I think it was his dad that was going off on him about his nose. And it's like, bruh, if you can't accept it, then it's like, look the other way and stuff. But I'm like, I ain't gonna change my appearance for, to make you feel better in life. Like, no, I could care less what you want, so.
injections in my nose, then it's like, oh, you're so fake, you're sending the wrong message. Like, well, what do you want then?
She talks about how Meghan Markle is getting slandered on the media by Piers Morgan, who got rejected by her years ago.
If you have such a problem with Meghan Markle, then why are you so upset that she didn't want to go out with you again? And why would you want to go out with her in the first place if she's such a shitty person?
And then she relates that to how a very similar thing happened to Gabby herself. If you remember the Reddit scandal that happened back in the Vine days, the guy who made that video was from her hometown, and Gabby later found out that his friend went to school with her and used to have a crush on her and was the one who told the guy to make the video.
Hey, I'm not gonna say your name, but if you're watching this, I had a crush on you too in grade school.
She then moves on to talk about how she has this reputation of starting drama and lying, and she just doesn't know where that came from because she was never the one to start anything. The first time someone said that to her was during the ricegum situation, which is insane because she was literally physically assaulted.
Because that wasn't starting drama to me. That was, I was assaulted at a party and my property was broken. The person who did it lied about it and then bragged about it and somehow got away with it.
If you don't remember that situation, ricegum talked shit about Gabby, but then Gabby confronted him at a party with a camera in his face. ricegum got mad and threw her phone across the room and allegedly assaulted her. The phone was definitely shattered, but I don't know if the hitting part was confirmed. Here's what ricegum had to say on the situation.
Grab her phone. She kind of holds on tight though, because it's her phone. So I kind of had to use two hands to throw it on the floor and run away. She held her phone pretty tight.
What about the scratches? Were those from you?
Bro, I don't even have nails. And she like how? Those scratches actually. So she posted her bruises, and I don't even have nails, bro. I didn't scratch her.
Snatch that shit quick as hell because I'm like, ooh, I get Spidey sense and shit. And then so quick. And then I did that, and then I was like, and then like she tried to get it back. So when did you hit her in the face? wait on it. Walked away and looked like a bitch, or I could have did something about it, and I did something about it. I grabbed her phone and I smashed it. I was like, enough is enough, you little stupid bitch.
And then ricegum goes on all these drama channels saying that Gabby was being obnoxious and shoving a camera in his face, and that the unspoken rule of YouTuber parties is not to film, which is not true, by the way, because there's evidence of ricegum himself filming at that party. But even
it's like my thing, I don't know. I know people probably ask me like, what would I do in a situation like that? My thing is like, if I ever were to like, get confronted by anybody and they, run up in my face with a camera and stuff, I'm just like, just do it at a distance. I'm like, you could literally like stand a certain, but it's like, if you're like in my face like this with a like camera and stuff, and then it's all like, hey, what do you guys say about, yeah, then I'm taking your phone and smashing it and stuff, because I'm like, nah, you getting way too close for comfort. I'm like, I don't want friends and family getting that close to my face with no camera and stuff. So yeah, it's like, it's just all, my thing is like, even without this pandemic, it's like, y'all need to practice social distancing. And I remember the video like a little bit and stuff. Like I remember like Gabby didn't really seem like that she was that close, like thinking about it and stuff. But even then, it's just like, still, it's just, I wouldn't go to no party. It's like, if somebody is talking about me and I see them at a party, I'm just like, oh, okay, they're here. If something happens, I'm like, then something happens. But if not, I don't really care and stuff. But anyways, yeah, it's, still not like trying to make it seem like, she was in the wrong for, like, nah, it's like I don't think I wouldn't take somebody's phone and like smash it and stuff. Like, if anything, I just, would just push them away and just be like, hey, just back up, please, thank you. And like, just kind of drink my Red Bull in peace over here, like, whatever. But I'm like, yeah, I don't think I would have done, I wouldn't even done all that. It's like, fam, I think you crossing the line when you take somebody's $1,000 phone and stuff and you're smashing it. It's like, sir, you gonna buy me a new phone? Like, because you ain't leaving this party until you buy me a new phone. So, but anyway,
if it was true, that doesn't excuse what he did. And then he has the audacity to make fun of Gabby's nose for like no reason, which made her super insecure.
I don't think there's anything bigger than your nose. How to get so big, can you please tell us? Nose so long, big British jealous.
Yeah, I was saying it. What video was I saying? I honestly think ricegum has fallen off. Like, if we're gonna be truthfully honest, he doesn't have the clout that he had like back in the day when he was doing diss tracks and videos with Summer Rae and then videos with other like women of YouTube and stuff. But yeah, it's like, I mean, if he is still doing that, all right, kudos to him, I guess. But it's just, it ain't, he ain't getting that same clout that he was getting back in the day. So I do think ricegum, he has fallen off, because I mean, he was trying to start this stuff with KSI, that didn't, go in his favor, and then he was trying to start this stuff with Aiden Ross, that didn't go in his favor. yeah, I just think Rice Gum right now, it's like, the only way I feel like that, some beef would be able to go in his favor is if, like, if something, like, well, I don't want nothing to happen to him, but I guess, like, maybe if it was a small YouTuber or, if it, like something crazy, like, happening things, but let's just, hope and pray that nothing crazy does happen to Rice Gum.
Pinocchio said it's absurd. Wait, is it Gabby or the Fruit Loop bird? Showing all those scratches on you, but I really think those are stretch marks.
Still hurts to be made fun of for your face. Whatever.
She says the rice gum situation is what initially created the mistrust, defensiveness, and disdain in her. I always kind of knew Rice Gum was a dick, by the way. Remember that one time he asked a girl if getting raped at least felt good? Yeah. And I also always believed Gabby's story.
No, wow, I did not know that. I did not know that. That's crazy. Dang. Yeah, Rice Gum, he's just one of those YouTubers where it's like, oh, I remember that guy, and then you just keep watching somebody else, but anyways.
And here are some more contradictions on Rice Gum's part.
He didn't, like, beat the shit out of me.
If there's a video of me pushing her down and beating her ass, then I want to see it, because nothing like that even happened.
He grabbed me, like, twisted my arm and, like, held me down, and I have, like, those scratches, like, up here and on my wrist and arm. I don't want it to seem like he, like, punched me in the face.
So when did you hit her in the face?
And also, at the end of the day, if you make fun of people for a living and are dishing it out constantly online, if somebody approaches you in a joking manner, don't get violent.
I also didn't like the fact that none of Gabby's many then YouTuber friends didn't speak up about the situation in defense of Gabby. Like, wasn't she friends with David Dobrik, Shane Dawson, Tana Mojo, all these people? I'm not sure.
You just see, my thing is like, that's the thing. Gabby doesn't have violent friends. Like, imagine if she has some violent friends. I think if I were to see one of my friends, like, especially a girl, like if it's a guy, I just think I'd be kind of hesitant to see what will go down and stuff, because I'm like, okay, like, hey, yo, bro, like, fight your fight and things. But if it's a girl, like, if it's like anybody that I know that I'm friends with, yeah, I'm running up to that guy and I'm like, okay, we ain't gonna do that. Even if he just did it as far as like just taking her phone and throwing it down on the ground, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen after that. So initial reaction, I gotta tackle this guy and just probably get kicked out of this party and possibly get arrested. But yeah, I think you named off, David, it was like David Dobrik, Tana, and like whoever else and stuff like that surrounding Gabby. Like, Gabby doesn't have violent friends. Maybe if it was somebody, maybe she had, at the time being, she had been friends with Jeff or maybe Todd. Who else? Let me think of some other people. I had to, like, because they seem like the ones that, like, they'll do some violence, especially Jeff. So, like, she had, like, a friend like Jeff back then. Yeah, she probably would have been, she had been okay. She, nothing wouldn't have happened and stuff. But probably Rice wouldn't even have taken her phone and threw it down on the floor and broke it. So, yeah, it's like Gabby just needs some more violent friends. And it was like, oh, okay, we know not to mess with her and stuff.
Any of these people defend her at all? I'm just so confused. She gets really emotional talking about how terrible it is to wake up to articles about her being found dead in her home.
Like, I'm so open about, like, how suicidal I've been. So, like, seeing articles, like...
People just need to realize that even celebrities and social media influencers are, like, actual people, They have feelings. And for everyone who wants to be
I was, like, telling somebody that, they had messaged me and they were talking about how, like, privileged they are to talk to me. And I'm like, hey, look, bro, like, we're the same person at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, we're different, but at the end of the day, you're a human being. I'm a human being. There ain't no, like, privileges or specialties or none of that. Like, we're people. So I'm like, I don't want to be seen as, like, and that's just for those that don't know. It's like, just to let y'all know, I don't want to be seen as, like, no king or a god or, some big, powerful being on social media and stuff. I'm like, at the end of the day, I really just want to entertain people. And so that's why, like, when I see stuff like, people doing that, it's like, yeah, it's like, you treat these, like, because this is, they wouldn't be doing that to their friends. They wouldn't be doing that. And they know, like, if those blogs that's writing articles about Gabby Hanna being dead and stuff, pretty sure if they would have had, like, a friend in their life where somebody wrote that about them or wrote it even about the people that's writing those blogs or somebody that they care, whoever, you're going to jump out and defend that person. But Yeah, it's just overall crazy, you know, how people there's people that like see you like all high and mighty with good intentions, and then there's people that like, you know, they'll see that and then they'll just try to like, you know, get clout from it and use you and stuff, and it's, you know, that's just messed up and things, and that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, people need to just chill on that. But anyways.
Oh, how come you're suddenly Team Gabby all of a sudden? I'm on the side of truth, and every situation is different. I'm not in love with Gabby, and I definitely think she needs to speak out on the Jussie Smollett situation. But in this context, I am 100% on her side. I also don't like what she's doing here.
I don't like none of these weird dancing videos. It's like, you have a moment where it's like, okay, you know, I support Gabby. Then she does this, and it's like, nope, it's nah. Because I wouldn't want to walk in on her doing that. I'd get scared. That bed in the background. Like, imagine waking up and you see her in the corner of the house doing that. I'm like, well, it's like, I gotta call my family, let them know that, hey, I love you guys, but this girl, I don't know, go to the kitchen, like all the like knives and forks are missing.
Gabby actually disabled likes and dislikes on this video, so I'm not actually sure how the reception was, if people liked it or not, but the comments generally seem to be positive. Don't know if Gabby's, again, like deleting comments here. One user said, why did this all of a sudden make me want to be Gabby's best friend? The pinned comment says, she's trying to get her closure, so when you tell her to let it go, don't you think she's tried to?
Yeah.
She's opening up after being silent for so long because she's always seen as the bad person. Another person said,
so it's like Gabby, it's like one person I've always seen, you know, I feel like with the stuff that's going on, you know, right now with her, like the Jussie Smollett situation and just overall like all this like beefing and drama that's going on, like but I had to say it was at that time where it was like right after Vine and she became a YouTuber and she was doing her thing. I never had found a reason to like dislike Gabby Hanna. You know, there was no reason to. And that's why I was like, when I was dealing with my hate and my drama, and then seeing how she was dealing with her hate and drama, and I'm like, oh, this is like, she honestly a relatable person and things. And so, yeah, it was just at times, but it's like, then you kind of see the Jussie Smollett situation, and it's like, oh, that's probably why she was getting hate and drama and stuff. But yeah, I just think that, you know, at times, like, there's YouTuber, Gabby, for sure, it's like, there's at times, I'm like, hey, yo, what is you guys hating on her for? And it wasn't like back then, when people was doing commentary videos on her, like, they knew of this Jussie Smollett situation, so that's why I'm like, you got, like, where is all that stuff coming from?
Dude, that part where he scratched himself as a way of trying to imply your injuries were self-inflicted, what an absolute dick. Yeah. And lastly, I always knew there was more to her story than what everyone else said. Truth only needs to be spoken once. Everyone else goes on and on trying to convince people that they're right. I knew from the beginning that I could always back Gabby. She will always be real. And to end things off, here's a clip of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky being refused entry to a club in New York.
Yeah.
The bouncer apparently asked them for ID and said that he didn't recognize them.
He's an older vulture. If I've been like, my thing is like, if I'm 47 years old and my birthday is in, you know, a few weeks, and I'm like, yeah, then I got like a kid going like somewhat to college, but it's like they, you know, they're flunking, they gotta go to credit retrieval and all that. Overall, I'm just saying, like, if I've been an older person and, you know, he just doesn't, just by judging from the back of his head, I can tell that he doesn't know who A$AP Rocky and Rihanna is. And so, yeah, I'm like, you have that type of like that back part of your head and stuff, you're not gonna know who they are. They came up to me and I've been like, as soon as I'm like, yeah, I contacted like the CEO, the owner of the club. I'm like, so yeah, there's a guy here that goes by the name As Soon As Possible Rocky and Rihanna. I'm like, they're saying that they're famous singers. I don't know, but they both got fancy outfits on, especially the girl. She got like on this like weird purse hat thing. So yeah, I just been like, I don't know, but I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, you know, if they claim they're artists and stuff, but yeah, it'll happen and stuff. There's another time that happened to an artist or somebody where they was like refused entry into a place, and it's like they were pretty famous and stuff. But anyways.
And
That's
that
me
was
trying to go
it
into
for
Walmart.
today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
Always.
I have been posting videos every single day, so stay
I know.
tuned. Bye-bye.
I was like, yeah, that's what I'm like, Ray. It is funny. I just know that there's people out there that be, you know, trying to say that it's like posting a lot is like not good. I'm like, no, Ray, please, like, keep doing this. Like, I know I'm so behind, but it you know, it gives me a reason to go back to her channel and watch some videos and stuff. It was at one time, it seemed like she wasn't even posting videos and things. So now she's posting all the time. I'm like, cool. Like, this is what I wanted and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Ray for more videos like this on her hot tea channel, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me, too, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.